Hey guys, so I wanted to share today a book that I actually read. It's called The Decision Book, and just like it states, it helps you make decisions. If you're like me, you like to draw things out, and if you do, then this actually will help improve your life and help you make decisions. And if you don't like drawing things out, I strongly recommend it because sometimes what you think in your head seems larger than it really is, and when you just put it down on paper, you might shock yourself at how silly your thoughts are. And it might come out as a shock or it might not. Whatever it is, sometimes it's nice to tell yourself the cold hard truth, right? So I have 4 things I wanted to share with you in this book that will help you make decisions in your life regardless of what they are, and hopefully it will improve the quality of your life. So that's my goal with you guys today. But let's just get started right into it. Decision 1. So this is called the rubber band model. Here's a picture of it. Essentially what it is a guy being pulled by a rubber band. Neither you're being pulled in a direction or being pulled away from a direction, right? So let's think of this in the perspective of your goals, right? Whatever you want to accomplish, there's something that's holding you back and there's something that's pulling you forward, right? So let's just say my goal is to change my job. My goal is to get out of a relationship or to start a relationship. My goal is to buy a house. My goal is to start my own business, right? Okay, whatever that is. What is pulling you away and what is pulling you towards that goal? So, exercise for you right now, you can pause this video if you can keep it going, but just draw yourself in the middle and then on one side, say the away, what is pulling you away, and then list everything that is holding you back. Whether that's another person, whether that's a fear of yours, whether that's your current job, whether that's I don't know, literally anything that's holding you back, even if it's a characteristic of yours, like I am just bad at something, so I'm afraid to do that one thing. I don't know, public speaking, right? And then on the other side, obviously write everything that is pulling you towards that goal, like getting healthy, meeting new people, I don't know, creating something brand new, making money, I don't know, whatever it is, the feeling of happiness, any emotion even, put that down. It's going to be a great visual for you to see exactly what's holding back, and then you can work on those things to get you into that goal that you are aiming for. So, very powerful. I strongly recommend this one because I've used it, so helps a lot. Okay, so here's another one. And this is kind of related to that. So this is the crossroad model. So as you can see, this is just more generic questions to ask yourself, and here you are in the middle, and the questions, if you can't see them, are this. So what's hindering you? What's really important to you? Where do you come from? Which people are really important to you? What are you afraid of? So this is just a more specific thing, but if you are at a crossroads in your life and you don't know where to go, ask yourself these questions, and then maybe you can kind of see exactly what the pain points in your life are. What's actually holding you back and what's not. Visualize what you see in your mind on paper, and it will really help you kind of just make a decision on that. Here's another good one. It's called the flow model. So I guess a misconception about happiness is that everything is perfect and that you don't, nothing bad happens, right? So what this author actually argues is that the happiness model is kind of things that, it's like that fine line, right? So that fine line, in his opinion, is being over-challenged or being under-challenged. So if you're over-challenged, it's like, imagine, I don't know, you're either in a major or some career choice that you have where you're coming to work and this is just way out of your league, you don't know what you're doing, you hate every day because you're stressed, you're scared, you don't know what's going to happen next. And then the flip side is being under-challenged. So when you're under-challenged, you're just bored, you're exhausted because you don't do anything, and you just feel like, this is a waste of my time, I'm not getting any value out of this, right? So find that little magical crossroad for you, or not crossroad, the magical line where you are not over-challenged and you're not under-challenged, because that's your happiness point. So that could be relationship, that could be literally anything in your life. But that's just one thing that I think we should all consider when it comes to happiness. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. sometimes bad things are actually good because they help us grow. So that is when you'll find your perfect happiness. But anyway, this is a good one for work specific. So if you don't know if you want to quit your job or not, ask yourself these 3 questions every day for 3 weeks. So these 3 questions are have to, so that's 1. So this is the category. So what it means is, to what extent are my current tasks being imposed or demanded on me, right? So that's your have to category. Able to category is, to what extent do my tasks match my abilities? And then finally, want to. So to what extent does my current task or tasks correspond to what I really want to do? So as you can see, they made this kind of diagram. So they call it a sail. So you put your 3 questions over here, and every day when you come back from work, ask yourself, how many things did I do today that I had to do and I didn't want to do? So just kind of see where your sail is floating to. And after 3 weeks, if you see that it's moving around those 3 things, then stay at your job, because you are being kind of challenged in the right ways. You're doing things that you have to do, that you want to do, and that you're able to do. So that's great. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want. If, however, you see that it's kind of moving into one direction over those 3 weeks, then ask yourself, what do you want? Are you able to do what you want? What are you able to do? Do you want what you are able to do? Like, figure out what exactly is your pain point. Where are you slacking? And then move into that direction. Quit your job is essentially what that means. And then finally, past modeling. So a lot of us think of the future like, oh, how am I going to get this, or this and this and that? But what we don't think about is actually how we've already achieved some of the things in our lives and how we did that. So what this actually challenges you to do is to kind of make yourself a little timeline. So say, I don't know, I graduated college, right? Or I got that job that I wanted. Or, I don't know, I trained my dog really well. So what you do is you make a timeline, figure out what your goal was at that time and how you achieved it. So this could be anything. So it could be the people that help you succeed. It could be the obstacles that you overcame, what you learned. So even if you didn't make that goal, like, what did you take away from this experience? Write all that down. It's super important for you to actually see what helped me and what didn't help me get my goals. And it's, again, I am strong, I guess, defender of looking into yourself and figuring out what's actually, like, doing the self-analysis, essentially. So the decision book will help you not only make decisions, but also analyze your strengths, your weaknesses, and what's holding you back and what's moving you forward. So, I recommend this book, but if you don't buy it, that's fine. Take some of the things I said to help you make those decisions in your life. But anyway, until next time, bye guys.